Keep your fire burning through the dark. I go there by your side. It's not over, it only just began. All right, good evening, good evening. Such a wonderful Saturday evening, isn't it? This is the Intentional Parenting Chat. My name is Dinma, and will be the co-author of ABC of Intentional Parenting, which is actually a parent's guide to loving, leading, and influencing their children with ease. Tonight on the Intentional Parenting Chat, we want to look at a question that was sent in by a concerned mother. A question that was sent in by a concerned mother. And I'm going to read the question again. She said, "Dear Dinma, my son is clingy and likes to hug. I try to dodge hugging him so that he does not turn out to be a sissy. Hope I am doing the right thing." That was the question that was sent in by the concerned mom. And if you want to send any of your parenting concerns and questions on the show, you will see my email address. I left it on the write-up to the show. So what do you think should be the advice, or what should we say to this woman who is concerned about his son who likes to hug? You know, sometimes we've been fed this myth that men are not emotional, men are rational. You know, you don't raise men to be clingy, you don't raise men to be emotional because they might turn out to be a sissy. That is what this concerned mom thinks. And so she hasn't been hugging her son, and each time the son comes for a hug, she tries to dodge it. Well, in my work with parents and even in my work with adults, because I work with adults in marital therapy, and I found out that there are some men who have been raised not to show emotions. Okay, so they've either been shut down, they've either been told, you know, men don't cry, you don't need to show emotions, and all of their lives they grew up bottling emotions. And so when they get married, this men, I've seen them during timeline therapy in counseling, when we date back to some of the things in the lives of men who have become abusive, men who have become, you know, like are given to domestic violence and all of that. We'll find out that these were men who are not emotionally balanced. These were men who were taught to stifle emotions. These were men who were not allowed to cry. And so hugging our children is not to be left for the girl child alone. You are to hug even your male child because it helps in growing your child emotionally. As a parent, we need to make daily choices every day that will promote our children's emotional, mental, social, physical, and spiritual development. And you know, a child is an emotional being, all right? And one need that is shared by humanity is the need to be loved. Okay, so the need to be loved is an innate human need. And so when you hug your child, you're telling the child, I love you. Beyond that, hugging has been traced to have some things in emotional development and social conditioning. And so there's a renowned family therapist that I have been researching her work and studying her work, Virginia Satire, did a very good work on hugging. And so she says that we need 4 hugs a day for survival, 8 hugs a day for maintenance, and 12 hugs a day for growth. Yes, you heard right, 12 hugs a day. And somebody might be asking, isn't that a bit too much? But when you understand the benefits of hugs, you will know that when you're hugging your child, you're helping that child develop psychologically. And so what are the benefits of hugging? Hugging boosts your child's self-esteem because it makes him feel loved and appreciated. When you hug your child, it makes him feel safe. Okay, and then it gives room for open and honest communication between the both of you. And you agree with me that it is not only our girl children who need this open conversation. Even the boy child needs it so much more, especially in our country and in our continent, Africa, where there's so much pressure on the male child. So when you're hugging your male child, you are teaching, you're making him safe, and he can build open communication lines with you. Another benefit of hugging your child is that when you hug your child, you're teaching the child that hug is reciprocal. Because when you extend your hands and you hug that child, the child knows that in giving, you also receive. And so one of the things I share with parents is when you hug your children, try to balance the hug. Okay, so when you go to the left side, you turn to the right side. You are connecting with your child. There is a therapeutic exchange that happens during hugging. And also some researchers have shown that hugging strengthens the immune system. Okay. One other thing that hugging can do for you is that when you hug, it improves the mood of your child, because the happy hormone serotonin is secreted when you have extended hugs. So when next you're hugging your child, don't just give those short little hugs. No, give an extended bear hug and just allow your child to be there with you and enjoy that hug. Okay, so this is my answer to the concerned mother who gave that. Your son will not, there's a misconception that we have been fed that when you hug the boy child, it's going to be a sissy. That is not entirely true. When your child can exhibit such tendencies, if you allow that child develop some dependence on you, hugging has more therapeutic benefits than turning your child into a sissy. In fact, lack of hug could be a problem that you're creating for your child in the future. And why do I say this? I came across a man who, when we started working with him, we found out that he grew up in a family where he felt that he wasn't loved as a child. He grew up in this family thinking that his parents only loved his sisters. And why was that the case? He remembered, okay, when we did some therapy and took him back, he remembered that when he was growing up as a child, in fact, he could remember as far back as when he was 7, that his mother would buy clothes for his sisters and would always be saying, oh, fine girl, pretty dress, lovely dress. That's this thing that makes, because of the flashiness with girl child clothes, there's this prettiness around it that it makes the boy child clothes looks just very regular and not any ribbons and colors and all of that. And so the boy grew up believing that it was only his sister that was loved, because his mother was always all over the sister. Today she's changing her hairstyle, tomorrow is colored ribbons, the next day is beautiful socks and all of that. So it damaged his esteem, it damaged his identity. In fact, some studies are saying that people who are going through identity crisis could be traced to how the identity problem started from home. And so sometimes I see parents that maybe your boy child and your girl child, imagine that a girl who is like 5 years old and a boy is 3 years old, and they're playing, and so two of them trip and then they're crying. Some parents will come pick up the girl child and say, oh, you're pretty, don't cry. And they turn to the boy who is even younger than the girl and like, oh, stop crying. Boys, don't cry, don't do that. No, you are not allowing your child grow emotionally, and that can be a problem in the future. So hugging is important to create bonding, not just to create bonding and connection with your children, but also to boost their confidence and esteem levels. So someone would ask so should I just keep hugging? What if my child now becomes dependent on the hug? You need to also understand that not every child will demand hugs like the other. Okay, so that is why I in the intentional parenting chat, I talk about understanding our children's unique influence vitals. Okay, unique influence vitals. For some children, the way they want to be loved is by touch. So if your child has the love language of touch, chances are that child will be more clingy, more needy of hugs than a child who that is not ranking among the first two in how the child needs to be loved. So if you understand your child's unique influence vitals, you will know that some of your children may want to be hugged more than the others. So don't say, you are so clingy. Why are you all over me? Go and sit down. Your sister is not doing that. Why is it you that the boy that is doing that? No, you need to understand maybe that is the way he wants to be loved. Okay, and so there's so much we have to discuss on the show, and I do not want to keep us beyond 10 to 15 minutes. So there's so much we want to discuss, because to parent a child is a skill. You need skills, you need tools, you need the requisite mindset. And so there's so much we need to talk, but I would like to find out from you, how would you like if you're able to get parenting tips on the go delivered to your device? An audio parenting program delivered to your device monthly, where you will get it on the first Saturday of every month, with action steps that you're going to take weekly, such that you can apply your learnings and learn more to become more effective as a parent, to learn how to love, lead, and influence your child with ease. Will that be a solution that you want? Because many times parents tell me, oh, I'm so busy, I don't have time to attend seminars, I can attend those workshops that you talk about, but I want to learn how to enhance my parenting. I want to learn how to connect more with my children. I want to learn how to, meet the challenges of the 21st century. So would you want to be a part of this program, where I send you parenting tips, valuable resources delivered as audio, digital audio to your device? And so this program will be sent to you monthly with weekly tasks that you can do. Easy to access, easy to adapt, easy to use. Because I tell you, parenting is learned. If you're going to turn out children who are productive, children who are exceptional, children who are wholesome without losing your mind, you need to keep learning. So let me know if this is a program you will be interested in. So when next your child comes for a hug, please do not turn your boy child away. Remember, Virginia Satir said that we need 4 hugs for survival, 8 hugs for maintenance, and 12 hugs a day for growth. So I leave that with you tonight. Which one would you choose? And please don't go and say, if you've not been hugging your children, you now say, oh, come Junior, come my baby, let's hug. And you begin 1, 2, 3, 12 hugs. The child will be like, Mommy, what's that? No, you're pranking me. You're up to something. No, you develop into the habit slowly. One thing you can do is share with them your learning, that you've learned the importance of hugging, and you would want to hug them and find out from them, do they like hugs? The feedback you will get might amaze you. So thank you for tuning in to the Intentional Parenting Chat. I remain Dinma, the co-author of ABC of Intentional Parenting, which is actually a parent's guide on how to love, lead, and influence their children with ease. Have you ordered for your copy? You need to do that so that you have parenting tips at your fingertips. It's nice being with you tonight. Please send me your questions, your parenting challenges to my email, and I'll get right back to you. Thank you for joining. Until I come your way again on the Intentional Parenting Chat, remember, parenting is learned. If you will love, lead, and influence your children right, you need to gather the right skills, the right tools, and the requisite mindset. Have a lovely evening, and thanks for tuning in.